When should you hire employees or contractors for your cleaning business? This is a great question. We'll talk about this today. Hi there, I'm Angela Brown, and this is Ask a House Cleaner. This is a show where you get to ask a house cleaning question, and I get to help you find an answer. Now, today's show is brought to us by Savvy Cleaner Training, which is a membership hub, and every single month we have ongoing training where we release new courses that fill in the gaps of your business. So it's like filling cement into cracks. It fills in a really strong foundation that now you can build an empire on top of. I know, it's super cool. We also have group coaching and a support network. So check it out at savvycleaner.com. All right, on to today's show. We have a special guest that called into the show and asked this question.
Angela, when should I hire employees or keep contractors? I heard on a show that you had both. When's the best time to have which ones? Thank you.
All right, this is a fascinating question, and it comes down to a couple of things. When do you hire employees and when do you hire contractors? Now, I want to bust this right down the middle and say, let's have cleaning and then let's have everything else that runs your business. So the first thing that I want to mention is maybe you have employees for the cleaning side of your business and you have contractors for everything else. Here's how it works. Let's say that, for example, you wanted to make sure that your company has a brand, that you have branded cars that are wrapped, you guys wear uniforms, you have a specific way of doing things, it's a specific training style, all of your employees look the same, and boom, that would be a group of employees, okay? Independent contractors for cleaning don't get to wear your company uniform. They drive their own car, they have their own cleaning supplies, and they don't follow your systems. So it's a very different type of cleaning, but it's perfect for certain things. So let's say that you have an upsell, and you say, well, right now all of our employees do maintenance cleaning. So you needed something special like the ovens cleaned out, and you wanted the freezer defrosted at the same time. That would be an upsell or a special package. I'm going to send an independent contractor in. They can come in at a separate time. That way our regular maintenance cleaning team, who are your employees, come in and they do the regular maintenance clean. And then maybe on a different day, or it could be the same day, you have your independent contractor come in and they do all the special projects. So that would be a way that you would have your regular employees and you would have a few people that you outsource jobs to as the situation arises. So that is one scenario. Now, the other side of your business, I recommend you start hiring right now independent contractors. We are in what's called the gig economy, and I love the gig economy. So as instead of a business person, which would be you, doing all the stuff in your business, which is like making social media posts, designing your own website, it is doing accounting and bookkeeping and all that stuff. What you do is you outsource pieces of your business to independent contractors. So let's say that you hire a graphic designer, for example, on Fiverr, and I'll leave links in the show notes to Fiverr, but you can hire a graphic designer who can sit down and create a pack of, let's say, 20 Instagram posts for you for X amount of dollars. And so they have access to the stock photography libraries. They know how to add pictures together. They can make really pretty, cool looking stuff for you that you can either use on Pinterest or Instagram or whatever. And so you would outsource that task. Now, marketing. Let's say that you were going to create some postcards and you were going to have somebody pull together the mailing lists and all that stuff that you were going to use for direct mail. You can outsource that to a particular company so that instead of you doing all of that, that's an independent contractor and you just pay for that little sliver of work. So I have lots of independent contractors that I work with and they all usually do one or two things. So it's very, very specific. I only need you to do graphics for me for the Learning Library. I only need you to do graphics for me for our social media post. Someone else I pay only to post the social media post and to run our Facebook groups and be an admin in those groups. So there are different tasks that I just outsource to independent contractors so that they can help me run my business and it doesn't require all of my time. But as a small cleaning business, you have lots of other stuff that is required in order to run your business. And so having an employee is also fine, but that would be an admin person that would sit there and they would do all these tasks. I used to think that was the way to go, but now I've discovered that there are people who specialize in a particular area. So instead of having an admin person that is doing part-time bookkeeping and they're returning emails part-time and they're not really good at ad copy, but they're trying to put your social media posts together, really for the same amount of money, you can bust it up. You don't have to have the admin person at your office. You can have 4 or 5 different admin people for the same amount of work, but specializing in what they do. They work from their own homes, they use their own computers, they use their own software. You only pay them for the product or whatever it is they turn back to you. So it's really awesome because you're not paying for dead time, or you're not scrambling trying to find things to keep them busy if your business is a little bit slow. So as far as independent contractors go, I totally recommend the gig economy. And it's a gig because they have a gig, you pay them for that work. That's it. And there are all different kinds of people now that are working from home that do these special projects. So if you have a cleaning team, I recommend that you have a regular cleaning team that you can count on that does all of your regular client work. And then your special projects, your one-offs, any of the things that happen that are random cleanings, or there's an emergency clean, or someone has a party, instead of trying to shuffle everybody around and ask employees to work extra time, you have independent contractors that you bring in just for that one job. And I love that for this reason. You keep all of your other employees on a regular schedule so that they're up in the morning, they get a chance to work out, they get a chance to be with their family, they get to drop their kids off at school, they get to pick their kids up from school. Everybody's on a regular routine. And the more consistent you can keep everything without having all these weird last-minute changes of flexibility that happen in the cleaning business, you just fill in the gaps with independent contractors as you go. And that's one of the reasons why I love keeping employees after they've already gone on, they've started their own business, they've moved away, they quit, whatever. Keep them on the back burner as an independent contractor because they know your company culture. And they know how you operate, and they know the level of expectation that you expect when they show up at a customer's house. And they're not going to steal from you because you worked with them in giving them other business as an independent contractor as time went on. So it's a two-way street of respect and mutual understanding. And as a result of that, we've kept lots of people after they've quit and have moved on as on the back burner as independent contractors. Just say, hey, I've got one quick job. Any chance you can do it this weekend or this week? And leave it open and let them schedule it. And then they follow all their own rules. They have their own insurance, all that stuff. So those are the situations and scenarios under where it works perfectly. All right, I hope this helps a little bit. If it does, give us a thumbs up. If we've earned your subscription, please subscribe. And until we meet again, leave the world a cleaner place than when you found it.